Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Times Now. I'm Shreya Upadhyay. Barely 3 months have passed since the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, in which 26 innocents were brutally killed by Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. The government has made its stand clear. There can be no trade or talks with Pakistan unless they act on terror. The match between India and Pakistan in the World Championships of Legend has been cancelled, and the organisers have issued an apology for hurting the sentiments and stirring emotions. The fixture was scheduled for today, but it was called off after several top Indian players, including Shikhar Dhawan, Suresh Raina, Harbhajan Singh and the Pathan brothers, backed out. This decision to cancel the match has been welcomed by the opposition leaders, who say there should be a total boycott on Pakistan.
कल जब मैंने एक पोस्टर देखा जहां पे इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान का मैच हो रहा था, WCL कोई लीग है जो विच इज सपोर्टेड बाय इंग्लैंड एंड वेल्स क्रिकेट बोर्ड, मैंने इस मुद्दे को उठाया था कि जब तक हम लोग ये अभी पहलगाम में आतंकवादी हमला हुआ था, उस आतंकवाद से हम अभी उभर भी नहीं पाए हैं मेंटली, उनके परिवारजन अभी भी दुख में शोकाकुल हैं, और साथ ही साथ हमारी सेना ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के माध्यम से जब जवाब दिया तब यही कहा गया था कि किसी टेररिज्म को लेकर हम लोग कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करेंगे। कोई भी अगर ऐसी घटना होती है देश में, इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एन एक्ट ऑफ वॉर, और पाकिस्तान से वही संदर्भ में बात होगी जो एड्रेस करता है उनके टेररिज्म को लेकर। तो मैंने इसका विरोध किया था, और मैं सबकी शुक्रगुजार हूं कि सब लोग ने इस बात पे मेरा समर्थन किया, और आज WCL के जो ओनर्स हैं, जो उनके स्पॉन्सर्स हैं, सबको मजबूर किया ये मैच कॉल ऑफ करने के लिए।
WCL has undertaken this step of cancelling this meeting. I think it's a very good step that is being done, because as you know, the normal is very clear that we cannot have any form of engagement while terror continues to be the agenda of Pakistan against India. And rightly so, this event, this match being cancelled is in the right direction, and I congratulate them for having cancelled this match.
Now, one reaction that has evoked strong sentiments is that of Ramdas Athawale. When questioned on why India was playing Pakistan, Athawale said sports and politics should not be mixed.
मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की जो मैच इंग्लैंड में हो रही है, ये बात सही है कि पहलगाम में मतलब आतंकवादियों का हमला हुआ था, उसके बाद आतंकों के ढेरे पूरे उद्ध्वस्त कर दिए चुके थे माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के माध्यम से, और अभी मतलब कोई युद्ध का विषय अभी तो नहीं है, लेकिन मैच की बात अलग है कि खेल में राजनीति लाने की आवश्यकता तो नहीं है। अगर वो खेल इंडिया में होता था तो थोड़ा सा सीरियस होता था, लेकिन मैच इंग्लैंड में है और युद्ध में मतलब पाकिस्तान को हमने हराया है, और भी उसके जो क्रिकेट की टीम उसको भी हराने का मौका हमको मिला है, तो अपोजिशन इसमें राजनीति नहीं लानी चाहिए।
Now, while most have welcomed the cancellation of the match, there are others who point to the hypocrisy in how cricket is being singled out. Remember, just a couple of days back, India had played Pakistan in the Under-16 Volleyball Championship. There wasn't much uproar regarding that. Even the decision to allow Pakistan to visit India for the Hockey Asia Cup and other events has not come under much scrutiny. So that begs the question, is there any policy on sports at all when it comes to Pakistan, and whether cricket is being unfairly targeted? Let me welcome my guests on the show this evening. Mr. Joseph Hoover, cricket writer, is joining us. Mr. Vedam Jayashankar, sports journalist, also joins us, as well as Mr. Bimal Soni, former manager, Indian cricket team, joins us. Joseph Hoover, let me begin with you. What do you make of this? There is criticism, of course, of why WCL woke up that late to actually cancel the match when a person like Shikhar Dhawan, a player like him, had already written to them back in May.
I mean, it's quite ridiculous. You organize a match knowing the sentiments of India. We're all aching from what happened in Pahalgam. And these guys go ahead to have a game between the veterans in England. That was not on. They should have been more careful. They should have thought about it. Well, hats off to Raina, Shikhar Dhawan, and the Pathan brothers for stepping up and saying, no, we don't want to play Pakistan. This should have been addressed immediately. I mean, I don't understand how these organizers in the World Championship League, organizers could think of pitting India against Pakistan in a cricket match when we had such issues. Even with recently the Champions Trophy, we refused to play them, and the matches were played in Dubai. It was very clear that. And then we have seen what has happened after that. We have had issues with Pakistan. And yes, as you rightly saying, we have played them in the volleyball league in Pakistan, and their hockey team is coming to India. As I would want to put as an Indian, we should not have any sporting activities with these terrorists. They cannot be terrorizing us and also wanting to enjoy our goodwill. No, we have to put our foot down and say, sorry, we have nothing to do with you anymore.
You know,
It's
for that point, Joseph Hoover, let me get in Vedam Jaishankar on this. Vedam Jaishankar, you know, what Ramdas Athawale said has been echoed by a lot of people that politics and sports should not be mixed. Do you agree with that?
I don't even understand what the question is for the simple reason. If that was the case, why aren't the Russian players allowed in European sports?
Yeah.
Russian sportsmen are kept out, whether it's Wimbledon or football or whatever. You know, they can't even own teams. Their teams are banned, their accounts are frozen. People who are bankrolling the various football clubs, all those are frozen. So where is politics? Is it politics only when it comes to India? But the Westerners have a different yardstick? Come on, this is crazy. Actually, we should now move away from this. What we should do is we should start targeting the sponsors. If they think they can milk, if the organizers think they can milk a sponsor just by putting India versus Pakistan matches, then it's time to go after the sponsors and ensure that sponsor is boycotted. Because, I mean, it makes no sense. They go on killing your people and you're saying, let's play sport. And you want somebody to come and sponsor them to play that sport and make money. Who's getting home? They're all just making money over there.
Vedam Jaishankar, is the fact that even the sponsors have now spoken up and they're withdrawing from the league, from the match, saying that we stand against Pakistan and we stand with India. What were you doing all these days, all these weeks when this was being planned? Why were you in the first place a sponsor in a match against Pakistan that involves Pakistan, is the question.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So what we should do is we should take it right across. It's not a question of volleyball or throwball or football or cricket or anything. No sporting contact. It's just like the Gleneagles agreement was there. No sporting contact with South Africa till it got rid of apartheid. So we need to push something like that and ensure that there is absolutely no sporting contact with Pakistan as long as they support terrorism. Unless we are able to, look, we need to take ourselves seriously. We are not taking ourselves seriously. You know, we're fooling around, allowing them to play football, allowing them to play volleyball, and then saying, oh, no, terrorism and sport don't go together. If they don't go together, then, you know, you have to start walking the talk, you know, right from the beginning. And saying that your cricket is being targeted is ridiculous. Every single sport that India plays, we should not play with Pakistan. Get an agreement just like the Gleneagles agreement, which ensured that South Africa was boycotted till it got rid of apartheid. Do the same thing and let's see how long this terrorism will progress in Pakistan.
Okay. Let me also welcome Ranjit Bajaj, founder, director, Minerva Cricket, into the broadcast. Ranjit, welcome. Before I come to you, Ranjit, let me go across to Mr. Bimal Soni. Mr. Bimal Soni, one of the arguments that WCL is giving is that because there was a volleyball match and there were no, there was no hue and cry about the hockey team visiting India, is why we thought we can go ahead and fix this kind of a match. And the fact that, there are other sports being played and cricket is perhaps now being singled out.
Well, what I have to say is that what he is saying is also right, because you cannot have double standards. As far as I am concerned, Government of India should have taken an action and said to all the affiliate units, whether it's hockey, football, cricket, that no tuck with Pakistan or Pakistan players as long as this period where we have to ban playing teams with Pakistan because of terror activities. I think it's very important, but at the same time, as our Honorable Minister said, they should take a decision as a government and issue it to all the sports bodies. We cannot have double standards that one team is playing and other team is not playing. At the same time, I congratulate my fellow colleagues who have said no to play this match for Legends League. And I am with them because we are first Indians, we are first people who will not encourage terrorism in our country. So I am very clear that India Legends should not play this game.
Okay. Ranjit, why is
And of
it
course,
that our government, that
sponsors
as a country
and
we have
others
not been
have not
able to
taken
reach
the
that
step?
decision where we ban or boycott all forms of sports with a country that is sponsoring terrorism against all of us?
Thank you so much for having me, ma'am. Ma'am, I think it's very pertinent question you've asked there because if we can ban the water going to Pakistan, that's what we have done with the treaty which was in place, which survived 3 wars, and it did not survive this Pahalgam attack because we had enough. Enough is enough. And we decided as a country enough is enough. And I think the entire 1.5 billion people stood with the government when they said that there's no water going to Pakistan from our rivers. And when you're talking about water not going, which is life-giving, I think sports is something which comes very, very second, even though I'm myself, my livelihood and everything is sports. But sports is something so secondary when you looking at these things. One team is not allowed to go, the other team, or forget any other team. I think there should be no visas given to Pakistanis. We should not be allowed to go there. We should shut our embassies there. We should shut our consulate there. We should not even talk to them anymore. Because until and unless they stop killing our innocent people like they did in Pahalgam, we cannot forget that. We can't keep on forgetting that because they do it again and again and again. We actually forgot what they did in Mumbai. That is why they had the audacity to do it again. If we had put the water off then, trust me, this would have not happened. Now we need to put our foot down and as a country support our government in telling them and asking them, forget the water, ban everything else.
Yeah.
So the films have to be banned, the entertainment has to be banned, especially starting with the entertainment and sports because that is so far off. Because if you are allowing that means you're trivializing and minimalizing the whole thing.
Absolutely. Joseph Hoover, Ranjit made a crucial point, that of livelihood. Is it because of the livelihood factor that comes into play? Cricket is such a popular sport in this country. There are several thousand people who are involved in it. Their livelihoods depend on it. Therefore, this kind of a decision has been difficult to take, to boycott all forms of sports, specifically cricket, with Pakistan?
Shreya, to tell you the truth, see what happens with cricket is, we have an ICC, the International Cricket Council, which is spineless. Whatever India does, I will say it does. Okay? In the case of hockey, the International Hockey Federation will not allow Pakistan to get away. If they're going to lose playing the World Cup, if they say, okay, we are not going to India, but still want to play, then this is Pakistan's loss. Pakistan will not be entertained, unlike ICC, which will play ball with whatever is being said and forced on them. IHF will not back out. So that way, if you look at it, if we're talking about the livelihood, cricket is a game which has become a religion here, much, much bigger than religion. Right? So everybody wants to be part of the game, want to be part of the system. And everybody knows it's India which generates the revenue. We are the economic superpower in cricket. We are the ones who provide the money to ICC. So when you look at the broader picture, without India, nothing can happen in cricket especially. Now, coming back to banning all sports, as Vedam said, as Mr. Soni said, said, we should ban. We don't want to play any game with Pakistan. We don't want. We are hurt. They cannot be messing around with us, killing our people all the time. There's enough. We have crossed that line of acceptance, and now we'll have to say sorry. We don't want any relationship with you, especially when it comes to sports. Yes, it'll be interesting to see both countries can come together, be brother to brother, and work in the interest of humanity. But that doesn't seem to be happening because they are the ones who are sponsoring the terrorists. So why should we be taking all this? Why should we be always be the ones who take all the pressure? We are the ones who are losing our people. Our army, which has been struggling there despite all the odds, they fight the terrorists and the Pakistani army. We need to respect our soldiers. They are the ones who are fighting for us. We don't even value their thing. Our politicians use them whenever they want. But we need to understand we are losing our soldiers. They're also human beings. They also have fathers, brothers, sisters, mothers. So we all as a human race, as Indians, we should stand up and say, we have had enough with Pakistan. We don't want any sporting activity, be it under 16 volleyball, be it your hockey, be it whatever. We don't want to do anything with them. We need to teach them a lesson because it will hurt them. Economically, it hurts them. They'll start behaving themselves. They might have some support from other international countries, but this will hurt them when India is not involved, because India, even its cricket, it is India which generates the funds for them also, for their board.
Absolutely. Vedam Jaishankar, economically it hurts, and you know, this is a place where it hurts the most for any country. While perhaps all of us can understand that, you know, money should come secondary, money should in fact come last when you're talking about a country that is sponsoring terror against you, perhaps, you know, the entire revenue factor comes into play, and unfortunately it is being placed above national security, it is being placed above the lives of innocent people.
Exactly, but who is doing that? Now let's get to that. Who is placing it above national security? Those are the guys we need to go after. Pakistan can come next. First, let us go after the guys who want to promote this kind of sport and put it above national security. That's exactly what I meant when I said, let's go after these guys who are telecasting these matches. Let's go after these sponsors who are pumping in money for these kind of matches. And, you know, once we sort that out, everywhere, you just need to follow the money. Once we sort that out, then, you know, the finance will dry up. And there will be no question of, you know, the government taking a decision. Why should the government take a decision? Government can take a decision today and then change it over tomorrow. The boycott must start right from the guys who are financing these India-Pakistan matches. We don't want Pakistan. Like Joseph correctly said, why the hell do we need these guys? I mean, we don't need them for anything. They cannot even worry about our economic independence. We've got enough money. We don't need these chaps. We don't need them for anything. And what is the message we are sending across? They come and kill our fellows in Pahalgam, and we say it's okay, sports as usual. There will be no politics. We play sports. You go ahead, kill. We'll ensure that, you know, we don't interfere in your killing. We'll play sports. I mean, that's the message we are sending. It's stupid. I think once and for all, we should say, none of our sponsors, whoever sponsors these Pakistan guys, we need to boycott them. Let's start hitting. Let's get serious. You know, so far we are only pussyfooting. We are not getting serious. It's time we got serious and ensure that there is a blanket ban on every single activity with Pakistan. Unless we do that, I mean, there's no point in saying, okay, go ahead killing. I will ensure that, you know, politics and sport will not interfere. We will play sport. You go around and kill our fellows. That's the message we give. Sorry.
Yeah, Ranjit Bajaj, you know, one of the arguments that's given is that, look, what's happened has happened, and we have to have at least some form of communication, some channel that is going on between the two countries so that there is hope of mending ties in the future. Do you think that's the right kind of approach when it comes to a country like Pakistan?
Not at all, ma'am. Not at all. And I would just go back to reminding everyone that the biggest terrorist in the world, who America was spending billions of dollars looking for, the sponsor of the biggest terrorist attack ever in the world in the US with the 9/11, Osama bin Laden was living in their military compound. And that means Abbottabad, and that means they were in cahoots with the army. So there is no Pakistan, ma'am. There is no people. There is only the army there. So unless the army mends its ways, and that will only be when it financially hurts them. Somehow they'll be able to get loans from everyone, but this is not going to last. But every time we help them even one iota, that's like putting another bullet in the chamber, which they can fire at our brave men. Like Vedam said, like Joseph said, I think it's time enough we stop pussyfooting, using his words, which are very apt for the time, because enough is enough. We need to take a stand, and we need to go after anyone who even suggests that we should even have anything to do with Pakistan. I'm saying, ma'am, forget about talking to them. We should close our embassies and even a consulate there. Even you should have no staff there. But there should be no, like Israel does not have an embassy there. We should not have an embassy there. Israel does not have an embassy there, by the way, in Pakistan, because Pakistan thinks that Israel should be is the devil and they should not be allowed to live. That's what Pakistan thinks of us. If they were given a choice, the army would destroy us as Indians in 1 second. And until and unless, there's been another speech, by the way, given by the Chief of Staff, the new Field Marshal, self-appointed Field Marshal, a few weeks ago, where he again repeated the same kind of propaganda which actually caused the first Pahalgam attack. He said the same things again in a public rally.
Yeah.
So they haven't learned. Let me just tell you also, ma'am, all the terrorist infrastructure which we destroyed through Operation Sindoor has been now built back, and has been built back by Pakistan Army funds. The Pakistan Army was there in each and every funeral procession of the terrorists who we had killed.
Yeah.
They have not done anything to show that they are mending their ways. They are going attending. Have you heard Bilawal Bhutto? Bilawal Bhutto is going on, and he's the foreign minister of Pakistan, by the way.
Ranjit, you know, you and I can talk about how Pakistan has not learnt its lesson, and perhaps it never will, with the kind of system that the Pakistan country runs on. But the fact of the matter is that it still enjoys global support from the likes of the United States of America, from the IMF loans that it keeps getting. And therefore, Bimal Soni, what is the solution to deal with a country like this, specifically when it comes to sports? Because there is, you know, as we've been talking about, there is revenue, there is livelihood, and there is the popularity of the game as such that is involved.
Well, I was very clear when I said earlier on also, we should not play Pakistan, forget money, forget sports, forget what we want to do in cricket, and we are powerful in cricket. We are dictating ICC many things, and this we should be clear that we will not play Pakistan after this attack. We will not support terrorism in the world. There is no country in the world which would support terrorism. And terrorism in our Pahalgam has been initiated by Pakistan, and I think this is not right for us to play them. And I am very, very grateful to our legends who have called off the match, who have said we will not play, and I give them 100 out of 100 as Indians that they have showed character by giving this answer.
And this is also, you know, considering the fact, Vedam Jaishankar, that Indian cricketers have always known that a match with Pakistan has always generated a lot of excitement, a lot of revenue, a lot of eyeballs. But after Pahalgam, things have changed. After Pahalgam, India has drawn new red lines, and the cricketers themselves, the sports persons themselves have realized that, look, there is a red line that Pakistan has now crossed, and we cannot be playing with them despite everything that is involved and everything that it generates in terms of popularity, not just in India, but across the world.
Yeah, actually what happened was in 2007 World Cup, when both India and Pakistan lost early, the ICC decided that, you know, they lost the golden goose. They lost an opportunity to make money. So from then onwards, they decided that they'll put both the teams in the same group. So at least once they were guaranteed to clash and play, we went along, we played along. Okay, fair enough. You say that's 2007, but let's move somewhere else now. How long will this excuse of this is the match, this is the golden goose, this is where we can make money, this is where the sponsors are, how long are we going to take it? It's like saying go ahead, kill our people, but you know, we'll ensure that you get an opportunity to make a lot of money. We don't need that. You know, Indian cricket is very strong. We will make a lot of money with or without Pakistan. With Pakistan, what happens is Pakistan makes money. It's not that India is making money. Pakistan makes money with playing against India. It doesn't matter. India can play Zimbabwe. We'll still make a lot of money. You know, you don't need to really play Pakistan. What we are going to reach, and I think we are reaching that very fast, is a situation when cricket followers will be disgusted that we are continuing to play cricket with Pakistan, despite so many of our citizens being shot, killed, and abused all over. You know, that is the stage we are going to reach. And when we reach that, BCCI will realize that they are the ones who have brought us to this situation where the public is fed up. Fed up. We've had enough. You killed enough people.
Okay.
We will play with you cricket provided you sort your mess out. We don't want any more of this killing. That's where we need to go. And believe me, and I'm very serious on this, There are a lot of people when you talk to, they say, do we need to play against them? Why are we playing?
Yeah.
Don't we have shame? The first question they ask is, don't we have shame? Why are we playing against them? This is a message which has to go not just to them, to the sponsors. Why are the guys sponsoring India-Pakistan match? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. And let's see how far this goes on.
Absolutely. Joseph Huber, you wanted to make a point and then I wrap this up.
Yeah, because see, I'm quite surprised that our legends who went to England to play this match weren't aware that Pakistan is being fitted into the league. They should have been made aware. So I start believing now that some of our players were not aware that India legends were going to play the Pakistan legends. Were they kept in the dark? That's a question to be asked. Because suddenly our guys like Raina, Dhawan, Harbhajan and the Pathan brothers have come out saying we will not play Pakistan. Didn't they know earlier that we will be playing against Pakistan before they took the flight to London?
Okay.
This is something that we need to think about. It's food for thought. Either
Absolutely.
the cricketers were misled or they were aware and then suddenly woke up to their sentiments and said, okay, this is something very funny. Let's not play against these guys because people will talk against us. So that's also another aspect we'll have to look into.
Yeah, lots of introspection that is needed in this particular area. Hopefully there will be more and stricter action that will be taken as far as our sports going ahead with Pakistan is concerned. I'll wrap it up here. Thank you to all of you gentlemen, Joseph Huber, Vedam Jaishankar, Bimal Soni, as well as Ranjit Bajaj for joining us and sharing your perspectives. Thank you very much.